Good afternoon. My name is Clinton Streifling. I'm at the YMCA here in Walla Walla. Today is Wednesday, June 17th. I have with me this afternoon, Teresa and her sister Simone. We're going to prepare a video for you. Today's video is going to be longer than they have been the last few weeks. This one's more like 30 minutes. You don't have to use it all at one time, but it has a series of basics in it that are very important, and I hope you enjoy it. So thank you very much. Right. So pick it up. So this stance is called Heikodachi. Feet shoulder width, toes pointed straight ahead. Your feet are actually on two lines parallel, just like the lines on this floor. Not toes pointed out, but turned in a little bit and knees bent. So, fists in chamber position and extend your left arm. So, ichi, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hachi, kyu, ju. So please take note of the fact that they are doing a good job of this hip rotation when they punch. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shich, hachi, kyu, ju. So from this hand, your left hand out now, I want you to take your hand, turn it like this, and bring it up to your ear. And then use your elbow like a sight and strike back fist straight out in front of you. You should look right at your fist. So just like this. From here, one, and back to here. So, ichi, slowly, and back. Ni, ichi, ni, ichi, ni, ichi, ni, ichi. So the first go, strike, one, this back fist, I'm sorry, extend the back fist. This one right here is up at the level of her temple, and then the next strike should be down at the level of her solar plexus. So there's probably this much difference in height between these techniques. So, ichi, ni, ichi, ni. If you're at home, please feel free to do this as slowly as you want, just like this. Ear, strike, back to your ear, punch like this. Ear, strike, back to your ear, solar plexus level. So take your time. Back fist. One, strike. Ichi. Ni, ichi, ni, ichi, ni, ichi, ni, san, shi. So when you feel comfortable with that, you can speed it up, but the most important thing is quality. It's very important. Try to get the feeling of coming from your ear to the target, back to your ear. So one. But don't rush it. Just take your time. Let your body get used to that movement. Okay, next thing, Heikodachi and hands up. So now front kick, left leg up. So please note their heel is close to their knee, but not actually touching their knee. Toes right now should be pulled up toward your own knee, and then kick. And back down, Heikodachi. Ichi. Ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi. So side view of that. You want to turn sideways, ladies? Side view, left leg up. Your foot should be parallel to the floor. Toes already coming up like this. And then you extend your kick, extend your ankle. Pull your ankle back to chamber, down on the floor. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go. 1, toes up right there. 2, extend your ankle. That really requires some practice. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now one movement slowly. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku. So please notice the hip movement. When you kick, you let your hip go slightly forward so you can extend the kick. So, well, it'll show best from the side view like this. Hip extends a little bit. Okay, left leg, ichi. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Now, how do you do that? When your feet are planted on the floor and you do a front kick, in a way, this foot being in this position, it tends to fight against you a little bit. So it will help you when you kick this, if this is the base foot, this one right here, it needs to pivot a little bit like this as you kick, and then it has to pivot back. So watch, 1. Now this one's going to pivot, 1, and then this one. So if you just stand with this anchored, no pivot in the base foot, it's much more difficult to get your hip motion to rotate forward. If you let that heel pivot a little bit, maybe to a 45-degree angle, makes the hip motion a whole lot easier. So that is an important part right there, pivot on the ball of your foot. Okay, left leg, ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shishi, hachi, kyu, ju. All right, so now the next thing I'd like you to think about with front kick is as you complete the kick, pull your foot back all the way back like this. We say kick your own backside. It's like pull it back. Please don't leave it out there. Every time you kick, 1, pull it back immediately like that. Every time. So now we are going to do a stance called Zenku Sudachi. Ladies face this way. Heikodachi. So, Heikodachi, their feet are spread to approximately the width of their own shoulders. And for Zenku Sudachi, they're going to step forward with your left foot. Okay. With your left foot, but keep that shoulder width distance between your heels. You let this back foot, the back foot turns a little bit. So those toes back there are angled out, maybe 30 degrees or so. This one, toes pointed straight ahead. Your kneecap out over your toenails. Body upright, shoulders over your hips. So that we call Zenku Sudachi, or front stance. So now, they're going to do this series of kicks. So we're going to do a front kick, pause, and then Zenku Sudachi with the right foot forward, okay? Okay, so we're going to kick, ichi, pause like this, force yourself. So you get used to the idea of that chamber position, and then Zenku Sudachi. So left leg, kick, pause, Zenku Sudachi. Right leg, kick, pause, and Zenku Sudachi. Now we go in reverse. This leg kick, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You can practice that at home in a small space. If you only have a little distance, just go 1, turn around, 1, down, turn around, 1, down, turn. If you have a longer space, do it 3 in a row. So, from here, ichi, go. Ni, San. And going backward. Ichi. It's okay. Ni. San. And now we'll come forward. So, ready? Ichi. Ni. San. Back. Ichi. Ni. San. Zenku Tsudachi. Okay. Next stance we're going to use today is we call Fukyu Kata. Neko Ashidachi. Let's see. This one's a little bit tricky and somewhat difficult. So left foot forward, Zenku Tsudachi first, all right? So from Zenku Tsudachi, we have two lines here. Shoulder width stance. We're going to turn it into basically a check mark position like this. From here, this foot comes back at an angle toward your back foot, like this. Can you see that? Maybe, let me get a little bit closer to the camera, okay? So, now, shoulder width stance between your feet. This foot, this leg back here, let your knee bend. Then move your weight back onto your back leg and bring this one back. This one, ball of the foot touches the floor. It's just barely touching the floor. Literally 95% of your weight is carried on your back leg with big bend in the back leg. So if you say put your feet like this, Musubidachi, this foot out in front, one line to your heel like that. Then you sink your weight down on your back leg. That's the finished position for Neko Ashidachi. From here, you're going to move your foot forward like this to Zenku Tsudachi. And then you're going to come back in diagonally, Neko Ashidachi. Zenku Tsudachi. Neko Ashidachi. Zenku Tsudachi. Neko Ashidachi. So you want this foot a little bit further forward, toes pointed straight ahead. Okay, now turn 90 degrees to your right and start Zenku Tsudachi, left foot forward. Okay, now I'll let you see the side view. So the first thing I want them to do is let the back of the back knee back here bend, which means momentarily their heel is going to come up in the air, and then the forward foot comes back to the front, the forward foot slides back, Ichi. Neko Ashidachi, right. There's a nice curve in her back, shoulders over the hips. This front foot needs to point straight at me, like this, right. And do your best to carry your weight on your back foot. Okay, relax, ladies. So, I wanted to explain, Teresa and Simone, they're very good students, but they have not been doing this for a long time. One of their strengths is that they pay close attention and work hard. And really in martial arts, or probably in any sport, music, whatever you might do, paying attention and working hard are two super valuable traits. So you will make a lot of progress if you pay attention to the details and work hard. Yeah. And then along the way, hopefully you enjoy it, because if it isn't fun for you, karate might, you might decide karate is not your thing. So anyhow, all right, so now we're going to do Zenku Tsudachi followed by Neko Ashidachi, all right?
Yes, sir.
So we're going to start Zenku Tsudachi like this. We're going to do a front kick, one, Zenku Tsudachi, and then we're going to come back, Neko Ashidachi, and we're going to go forward. Then we're going to go one more forward, Ichi, kick, pause, Zenku Tsudachi, get your shoulder width again. Now from there, bring this in diagonally, one, Neko Ashidachi, and back to Zenku Tsudachi. And then we're going to go backward, all right? So we'll back up this time. Front kick, Zenku Sudachi. Neko Ashidachi. Front kick, Zenku Sudachi. Now, backward, kick, Zenku Sudachi. Neko Ashidachi. Maigeri, Zenku Sudachi. Okay. That's a lot, and if you will practice that at home, it will help you a lot. So you can relax for a minute. Now, let's see, 3 blocks, all right? Jodan, Chudan, and Gedan. So now we're going to do 3 basic blocks. We'll just use Heikodachi, the shoulder width stance, knees slightly bent, hands in chamber, and your left hand first across your body. So right here, I would come up as close as you can and keep them in the picture. You literally rub your fist against your gi and right across your solar plexus level, and then up and over your head. You should have your forearm centered over your head, which means this line right here is straight up and down. This should be straight up and down, right? This needs to be a slight slope, and it should be centered, like this is out here. The distance for this block from your head, you can put your own fist in here like this, and that's a good distance. This fist in between. You should be able to see the underside of your arm with just your peripheral vision without actually looking up. So from there, slow, ichi, ni, san, shi, go. So watch this fist right now. It's going to remain palm up, ichi, palm up, it rises, and it rotates right at the end like that. Ichi. Good job. Ni. San. Nice job. Shi. Go. Go. Okay, right where you are, just turn 90 degrees and face that way. Okay, so now if you can see this line right here, you want this wrist back here straight. So you want to avoid something where it does this, bends backward. You just want your fist, this line right here, straight. So this needs to straighten out a little bit like that, all right? Okay, all right, face forward. All right, from this position, now we're going to go to a center block. In Japanese, we say chudan, okay? Ichi. Ne. San. So this one, we want this arm to be, this angle right here, 90 degrees. Ichi. Ne. San. Shi. And if you look, let's see if I can show you this right arm. Okay. There's a line outside of my shoulder, inside of my hand right here. If you just run a piece of paper or a string, it should touch both. So from this position, you don't want to see daylight in here. You want this elbow tucked in like this, tight, this arm sloping outward, just outside your shoulder. And then side view, you want a 90-degree angle right here. This is too close, that's too far away, 90-degree angle like that. From here, from my shoulder, my fist should be maybe an inch below, just below the level of my shoulder. So, ichi, ne, san, shi, go, roku, shi, straight wrist, hachi. So this block, as it comes across, should come up approximately your nose level, left arm, ichi, right under your line of sight, and then tuck back in like this, below your shoulder level. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shi. Okay. Now we're going to do a lower block, or Geidan-uke, and for whatever reason, this one always seems to be the most difficult, so please take your time from this position. So left arm, slowly, ichi, up, over on the outside, and strike across. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shi. Now a little bit faster. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku. So like the other block, you want this to finish just outside your body. And how about we turn this way 90 degrees to your left? So from the side view, your block should be out in front of your body, 10 inches or so, something like this. Not back here by your hip. So this gap like this is good, out in front. And Teresa should be a little bit more forward. Yeah, a little bit bigger gap like that. So ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shi. Every time, this is called chamber position. You try to keep your wrists straight, so twist your wrist in like that. And your fist is literally pressed against your rib cage. There's no gap there at all. This goes back as far as you can, so you should think of this as a strike back here. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku. Okay, that's good. Face forward. So I'm going to put some knuckle push-ups, just like 5. Okay. All right, we're going to do a few knuckle push-ups just to give you a little tutorial on these. So from this position, first of all, standard, clench your fist like this. So pinky finger first, roll all your fingers in like this. Squeeze your thumb against your index finger and make your fist as tight as you can. The tighter, the better. The tighter this is, the easier it is to do these push-ups. And then you make your wrist straight. You're going to try to use this knuckle primarily on the floor, and this one secondary. These two, not at all. They should not touch the floor. So, you do this first. Tight fists. Clench your fist. Put your hands down like this. Squat down. Put your fist down here, like straight down from your shoulders. So, first 2 knuckles, and then push-up position. You try to keep your body flat. And you do a push-up so that your body comes down, your arms are rubbing against your ribs. And up. Down, up, down, up. I stand up. Okay, so side view like this. Let's turn this direction. 1. Fists on the floor, straight below your shoulders. Make your body flat. I like my students to hold your eyes up, look straight out ahead, so you don't end up dropping your head like that. Hold your head up or look out there. Okay, ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku. Okay, that's, while you're at home, you might have some sort of floor covering in your house that's a little bit softer than a hardwood floor. Please feel free to use it, practice. Or you could try it, for example, if your mom has a yoga mat, you could put the yoga mat down and put your fists on that. It won't slip, and it'll give you a little bit of cushioning so you can get used to it without hurting so much at first. After a while, it gets so it doesn't hurt at all. But when you're young and you're just starting, it hurts. So I understand. Let's see. So 3 blocks, Knuckle Push-Ups. Okay, one more stance. Coco Sudachi. So first, left foot forward, Coco Sudachi. Okay, Ichi. And then from here, we're going to do, the next stance is called Coco Sudachi. So everything's, you guys stay that direction. From here, we're going to lift our weight on the balls of our feet. So both your heels slightly in the air. And then pivot, like this, 90 degrees. You keep your eyes straight forward. So Teresa and Simone should be looking at the camera. I'm looking that way because that's my line of travel. This is called back stance. This knee is bent, this one back here is locked straight. And then you pivot, you come back like this, Coco Sudachi. Now you've got your weight shifted forward onto this leg, this one's locked straight. Think 70%, 30%. Ichi. Now that just switched. 70%, 30%. Most of the weight's back here temporarily. And now use your hips and snap your body around like this. 1. And now you go the other way. 1. This way. 1. This way. 1. This way. And back. 1. Okay? All right, facing forward. Now we're going to combine the combination of the stance with a block and a punch. So first, right foot forward, Coco Sudachi. And we're going to put this arm out for right now, right, ladies?
Yes.
So from here, we're going to bring this arm up and across, tuck this one underneath like this, pivot your body 90 degrees, and then this arm right here comes like a baseball bat. Swing past, all the way back here, so there's daylight in here. This edge of your fist is the leading edge, like this. And from here, we're going to pivot back and punch with the left hand, like this. 1. So from here, 1. This hand preparation, pivot, and then you think knee to knee, big range of motion like this. From this knee, cover your whole body and end up back here, beyond the body. And then pivot and strike. 1. And 2. Slow motion. Turn this fist over. This fist comes up, preparation like this. Pivot your body. Your weight's now primarily on this knee. Strike with your right arm. Everything's still eyes forward toward the camera. And then you reverse. So now, 1. 2. 1. 2. So now we're going to do a Neko Ashidachi, and we're going to block up. Neko Ashidachi, and block up. We're going to do a front kick, step down, punch. Now you will pivot, and reverse punch. 1. Next time you come back, middle block. 1. Front kick, pause, Coco Sudachi, reverse punch. And now, Coco Sudachi, Geidan, bam, and go. Next time we block lower area, Neko Ashidachi. Block down, kick, punch. Coco Sudachi, 1, 2. Okay, we're back. So I have extended this video quite a bit longer than the others have been. The important thing is basics are so foundational, so very important for anything you do in martial arts. And actually, basics are super important in any athletic activity or musical activity or dance or anything. So I wanted to do it slowly and carefully so you could see individual techniques. And please feel free to take your time at home, do a little piece of this or all of it, whatever you want to do. So to wrap this up, we're going to show you one series of 10 techniques from moving attack, which is where all of these techniques came from. So, okay. So, from this position, Zenku Sudachi. Okay, so Ichi, kick, knee, step on the floor, straight punch, Junsuki. Now, 3, back fist. 4, reverse punch. 5, Neko Ashidachi, block up over your head. 6, kick. 7, reverse punch. 8, Gedan. 9 and 10. 2 punches in a row. And from that position, ladies, just step forward. Right, that's good. Right. So that's it for today, June 17th. We really appreciate your time and look forward to seeing you again at the YMCA whenever the time comes and we're able to get back together. In the meantime, by all means, practice in your backyard or your kitchen or basement or wherever you can. And I would like to say thank you again to Teresa and Simone. They happen to be sisters if you haven't already figured that out. Well, thank you very much, ladies. Right?